Peace, family. So, in this video, I'm going to go through and answer the question on what is fasting. Fasting is a period of time where you are abstaining from either foods or liquids. In this sense, we're just going to talk about nutrition and diet. You can also fast from sex. You can fast from cursing. You can fast from gossiping. You can fast from all types of different things. But in this particular video, we're just going to address nutrition. Now, I'm going to turn the camera so you can get a little bit of the waves. You don't need to look at me per se. Now, the oldest recorded documented information on fasting comes from our ancestors, the ancient Kemetic people, the Kemites. You may know that landmass now as Egypt, but Kemet means land of the black. So Kemites would fast for various different reasons. If you look at the hieroglyphs on the pyramid walls, you will see periods of times where they would do raw foods only, they would do water only, they would do fruits and vegetables only. And in my theory of all the study that I've done on that civilization and the Kemetic science and spirituality, my theory is because they were vibrating on such a higher plane is one of the reasons why they had the longest lasting civilization, they had the longest mortality rate, and they were able to produce monuments and feats such as the pyramids that no other civilization has been able to duplicate ever. So that tells you a lot, that your diet is key to your spiritual prowess and your spiritual evolution and development. So I'm going to just speak on some popular fasting regimens. I'll talk about my favorite at the end, which is water fasting. But right now I'm going to speak to people that eat animal flesh, people that ingest meat. Now, people will, with a science, a religion, every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, they will take their automobile into the car shop and they'll get an oil change. Why do you get an oil change on your car? Well, number one, you need to flush out all the gunk, all the gook through the driving that you've been doing that's accumulated over that time period. So you want to flush everything out, give everything new fluids, make the engine run better. Some people will care more for their car than they will care for their own divine temple, the vessel, the avatar body that they're walking around in. Now, it's imperative, and I want to just preference this and say, do your own research. Come up with your own truth, because truth is what is true to you. So, as Dr. Deborah Blair, rest in power, would always say. So do your own research, come up with your own conclusions and your own facts and what resonates with you. But for those of you that eat meat, you're eating a denser form, you're eating a very dense substance that makes you vibrate on a very, very low level. And I know some people fast just for, weight loss. They don't care anything about spirituality, high vibration, evolving, and so forth and so on. They're just looking purely for vanity, looking for a quick fix. And it works. But obviously, if you don't have a holistic approach to this technology, then you're going to yo-yo back and probably gain back all your weight, if not more. So a recommendation or a suggestion that I would have for people that eat meat, because I have people that contact me and they say, okay, what type of fast food do you think I should do? For those of you that are meat eaters, I would say, slowly move yourself. I'm sorry for the wind. Well, actually, I'm not sorry for the wind. Thank you, wind. It's giving me nourishment right now, but it may be in your ear, so I apologize about that. Now, you want to slowly, move yourself into water fast if you are a flesh eater. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that, I want to make sure we're still recording. Yep. What I mean by that is, probably just got those people on video. Oh well, it's an open beach. That's what it is. All right. So here are the steps. If you're a meat eater, you want to get to water fasting. I would say take it in stages. What you may want to do first is you may want to go on a vegetarian diet, right? Where you remove the meats from your diet. So you go on a vegetarian fast, right? You may do a week or two of that. You may do a month of that. Whatever you feel you need, right? No fast, no regimen is a cookie cutter for every single person, right? Every single person's temple vessel is different. So you have to study your vessel and learn what it is that your body is seeking and asking you for, okay? So, give you an example. You may do, say you do 2 weeks on vegetables and fruits, just purely vegetarian, purely plant-based. And these are cooked foods, right? That may be the first phase for you. Your next phase may be to go into raw foods only. So what you're doing is you're reprogramming your temple to an ideal, which the ideal in all of my research is a Kemetic diet, a Kemetic Ital diet. And in fact, Brother Muata Ashby wrote an extensive book on the Kemetic diet, and that's the title of it. If you're interested in really, really learning the science and the technology behind the most ancient, successful civilization on the planet, that is the Kamite people. And if you are of melanin descent, you have African blood, then that technology, that programming is in your DNA. And you can tap into that through fasting. All right, so your second phase may be just raw foods only, where you're eating purely raw foods. You may do maybe a week or two of that, right? Getting your palate set up for the water. Getting your mental set up for the water. All right? So now that's a month. So now we may do another 2 weeks where we move from raw foods and we move into juices and smoothies. So we're doing green smoothies, we're doing juicing, and that's all we're doing, that's all we're ingesting. So now you're getting your vessel set up to where it's not taking food anymore. And see, the body, it has a divine intelligence. It has a divine intelligence. This is the first supercomputer. You think these new technologies that are coming out are so badass and blah, blah this and blah, blah that. Your temple, your own body, from head to toe, is a supercomputer, right? It has an intelligence that if you tap into it, you can do amazing things. You can do absolutely amazing things. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I have built muscle on a vegan diet. Ask me how I've built muscle on a breatharian diet. Breatharian simply means to eat very, very little or no food at all. 1 to 2 meals a week for me. And people say, how can you build muscle? How can you have this vitality, this energy to exercise every single day and do all of these different things? The reason why is because I'm tapped in. I'm vibrating on a higher vibration. My consciousness is on a higher vibration. And I'm tapping into the energies that are out there in the ether waiting for you to utilize it, right? But you think, no, I'm only supposed to eat food to get my energy. All right, again, do your research, study, come to your own truth, come to your own realizations. All right, so now after you do about 2 weeks of, let me give you a clean shot here. Oh, this video is going to be so long. It's going to take me forever to upload. But now after you do 2 weeks of the raw foods, now you move in, I'm sorry, the liquids, the juices. It's going to be soups as well. So soups, juices, smoothies, all of that good stuff. No solid foods. 2 weeks of that. Now you're ready for water only. You're ready for water only. So now at this point, you shouldn't have a situation where, you set out to do 7 days water only or 3 days water only, and you're having a fit and you're going back to foods, right? Because you have set the pace for not only your vessel, but you've set the pace mentally to ease yourself into the water fasting. Now, if you're already a vegetarian, you're already a liquidarian, or you're already a raw foodist, it's very, very easy for you to do a water only fast because you've already, been in that realm of kind of, you're moving up the scale of density. If you look at meat, animal products, animal flesh, all of that, that's the lowest vibration of foods, right? That's why you're tired, you're sleepy all the time, you're irritable, you're moody, you're bitchy, you're all of this kind of stuff because you're eating other animals' DNA, which is bringing you down. It's literally bringing you down. So the lighter foods you eat, no food at all, the lighter you are, the higher that vibration, the more you can tap in. So fasting is simply going X amount of days without food and drinking water only, which the water fasting is the one that I love the most because it gives you the most benefits. After 3 days, science has said you go into a state of ketosis, you start to experience what's called autophagy, and you do lose weight and things like that. But you can still, because some people think that, well, you're going to lose your muscle mass and all this kind of stuff. No. Look at the science and become your own scientist and learn what is truth and what is myth. Okay? I'm going to turn the camera around because these people come. So anyways, I hope this helps you, and I hope that you do your research and you find out the truth for you and what will benefit you and your vessel. And definitely, I would say, at every season or so, just like you change the oil in your car, every season or so, do you a 3 to 5 day, 7 day fast, and just test it and see how you feel afterwards. See how you feel afterwards. The hardest part is getting past that first 3 days. Once you get past the first 3 days, your hunger goes away. The taste for food goes away. And here's another thing I want to say. Some people, they've been eating 3 meals a day for 30, 40, 50 years, just shoving food in their mouth, shoving food. They don't even know what food tastes like anymore. They don't know the real taste of food. They don't know. You've damaged your taste buds because you haven't given the vessel, the body, the time to rejuvenate itself. Another thing is when you're on, I could talk about fasting all day long. I don't want to make this video so long though. But another thing about fasting is you recreate new stem cells quicker. by not eating. That's why when you fast, you start to age backwards. You start to look more youthful. The brightness comes back in the eyes. The clarity in the eyes comes back. The vision is restored. The health gets restored. Right? I love fasting. Anyways, I hope this has helped you. Peace, blessing, Uncle Jasneb, Jah Rastafari. One love.